Today is Saturday, October 5th, and today I want to talk about dreams and goals. Um, I had a dream to start a graphene research lab and design a hemp battery that could be grown from the soil and then used as fertilizer at the end of its life. So, grown from the soil, used as a supercapacitor in a battery, and then when it's done, you don't throw it in a landfill, you plant it and use it as fertilizer. To accomplish this, I started a nonprofit called the Canopedia. I made a film called The Hemp Road Trip. I traveled around the United States with my wife, living on a bus for 2.5 months. We were homeless for about 2 years, but I made the film, and the film helped me to meet an individual who happened to be a PhD researcher who was designing his own supercapacitor as we met. He saw my film, wanted to work with me. We started the Graphene Research Labs was the name of it in Australia. We began research and development. It looked like my goal was going to be achieved, and then tragedy struck. I won't go into the details, but it all fell apart. I'm still very good friends with the PhD researcher, and we hope to continue our work, but the lab itself lost funding, was bankrupted, and I had to leave the country and come back to Germany with my wife, where we had to live with her widowed mother in a one-bedroom apartment for about a year. They went from looking like everything was going to turn out to my wildest dreams to everything crashing around my ears and just falling apart. And I've been dealing with the fallout of that for the last year or more. And I'm ready to rebuild now. So it's an interesting feeling, but I'm starting to believe in myself again. I don't know if you happen to have seen my daily vlog that I did back in 2018, in June 2018. That was really to pick myself back up and to remind myself of who I was and who I am. And it worked, and it brought some more attention to me and some investment into me, and ultimately that didn't work out either, and so I had to go back to the drawing board and then look at myself and see what I was doing to contribute to these failures, and to figure that out and to release it and to work through it and to let it go so that I can move on to my mission. I'm so inspired by people like Elon Musk. You know, I read the Elon Musk biography by Ashley Vance. Must have been in 2015, but that was the one that inspired me to think I could actually make a difference with my life and with my abilities, and I did. I went from having a dream of creating a hemp carbon supercapacitor to making a film. My film, The Hemp Road Trip, I have emails from members of Congress who said that film helped to tip the scales in favor of legalization in their region or district, and now hemp is legalized federally in the United States. And I know that my work had a huge part in, maybe not huge, but it had a part in that happening. So me, this one person who, you know, at one point was living on a mattress on the floor in Leipzig, Germany, this little town no one's ever heard of. I couldn't speak the language, I had nothing, and I was able to actually shape the laws of ostensibly the most powerful nation on earth. So I have to remember that I did accomplish these things, even though my current plans failed and I've suffered multiple failures, multiple successive failures. That doesn't mean that I'm a failure. That failure is just a step on the way to success. And I always used to say you can't truly fail unless you give up. But I'll tell you what, I came awful close to giving up. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy facing your limitations. But I'm back, and that is my goal, is to build a company that is able to design an energy storage device that can be grown from the soil, used and outperforms the existing batteries and technology by a factor of at least 5. And then at the end of its life, it can be then returned to the soil and used as fertilizer and soil enrichment. That is my goal. That is what I'm going to achieve one way or another. I'm here and learning German so that I can apply for the government grants and investments that they give to such kind of technology. Germany invests heavily in renewable energies, wind and solar, and they recognize the limitations of it, that unless you have large-scale energy storage, you can't really rely on renewable energies, because when everyone gets home at 5 o'clock and switches on their lights, you can't just turn up the generation of wind and solar to match that demand the way you can with natural gas or coal-fired plants or even nuclear. Um, so they know that energy storage at the moment, the current energy storage for renewable energies is pumped hydro, where when they have excess energy, they use it to pump water uphill. And when they need that energy, they then let it flow, and a hydroelectric generator generates electricity. Elon Musk proved that batteries could support an entire grid when South Australia's grid failed in 2016 because they were too reliant on renewables. Elon Musk said, "I'll fix it in 60 days or it's free." And he did. He built the world's biggest battery. And in one day, that Christmas, it earned over $1 million. They had to rewrite the rules and how they bid on energy in the Australian grid. So it's pretty exciting. So he proved the concept. And that's the direction I want to go. So here's to setting your intentions, setting your course, and setting off into the unknown to chart your course and to sail it. So thank you for joining me on this journey. This journal is part of my journey. I want to show what it's like, show the struggles. When I do accomplish my goals and I one day have lots, I can look back, anyone can look back on this and see that it started here living with nothing. Here I am in sweatpants. And I mean, look, the furniture in this apartment, maybe I'll take you for a tour on one of these videos. Half the furniture is still cardboard boxes. Our couch is a gift from a friend who we helped move. Our bed is a half gift that we paid some for from a friend of Sandy's. We don't have much, but we have high hopes, high expectations, high standards, and the willingness to do the work. So my wife's on her path, I'm on my path, and thank you for joining us on this journey. Again, today's October 5th, 2019, and I am saying have a great weekend. Ciao.